Stop everything you're doing, because you're about to discover why you live like a slave when you were born to be a king. There's one command in the Bible that God gave specifically to you. A command so powerful that when you understand it, you'll never accept living as a victim of circumstances again. But here's the problem. If God created you to dominate over everything, why are you being dominated by bills you can't pay? A boss who humiliates you? Relationships that destroy you? Anxiety that paralyzes you? Fear that controls you? Something is very wrong. And today, you're going to discover exactly what it is. I'm going to show you the 7 days that God used to transform you from nothing into an absolute dominator. And at the end, I'll reveal the exact verse that proves you were born to be a conqueror. If you stay until the end, your life will never be the same. Genesis 1:1-5, the first war in history. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. Darkness dominated the entire universe. Total chaos, complete destruction. But God didn't cry, didn't complain, didn't give up. Then God said, "Let there be light." Boom! Light exploding and dominating the darkness. Look what God did. And God divided the light from the darkness. He didn't negotiate with darkness. He separated, dominated, conquered. First lesson of dominion. You weren't born to coexist with darkness. You were born to destroy darkness. Depression, trying to dominate you. Command, get out. Fear wanting to control you. Order, leave. Anxiety invading your mind. Determination, never again. You have DNA of light. You were made to dominate the darkness in your life. Day 2, Genesis 1:6-8. God faces the total chaos of waters. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Chaotic waters dominating everything. But God didn't run from chaos. He dominated chaos. He didn't eliminate the waters. He commanded where each should stay. Waters above, in place. Waters below, in place. Firmament in the middle. Authority established. Second lesson of dominion. True dominators don't run from chaos. They organize chaos. Chaotic financial life? Organize. Put each expense in its place. Messy relationships? Separate. Establish limits. Destroyed house? General command. Everything in its place. And God was preparing something incredible for the end. Something that will shock you. Day 3, Genesis 1:9-13. God makes 2 revolutions in the same day. Revolution 1. Let the waters be gathered together, and let the dry land appear. God commanded the waters to gather. They obeyed. Solid foundation created. Revolution 2. Let the earth bring forth grass, the fruit tree that yields fruit. Same day. Foundation and production. Base and results. Third, lesson of dominion. True dominators don't just build foundation. They make the foundation produce immediately. Your discipline must bear fruit. Your effort must generate results. Your work must multiply. Your foundation must produce. But God still hadn't created the supreme dominator. That comes later. Day 4, Genesis 1:14-19. God reveals an incredible secret. Let there be lights to rule the day and the night. The word is rule. Sun rules the day, moon rules the night. Fourth lesson of dominion. Who rules time rules life. God didn't create you to be a slave to time. He created you to be Lord of time. Stop saying, "I don't have time." Start saying, "I govern." My time, morning you rule, afternoon you command. Night, you decide. Week, you organize. Month, you plan. Year, you conquer. And God was preparing the perfect stage for something extraordinary that will leave you shocked. Day 5, Genesis 1:20-23. God releases the first explosion of life. Let the Waters bring forth abundantly and multiply. But look at the divine command. Be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters. Fill, multiply, dominate through expansion. Fifth lesson of dominion. Dominators don't think small. They explode in multiplication. Your income must explode. Your influence must expand. Your results must multiply. Your impact must dominate. Becomes 10. 10 becomes 100. 100 becomes 1,000. But all this was just preparation for what comes now. The most important day in history. Day 6, the most important day in history. Genesis 1:26-30. After 5 days creating the perfect environment, setting up the ideal stage, organizing everything down to the smallest details, God finally reveals for whom he was doing all this. Let us make man in our image according to our likeness. You were created in God's image, in the likeness of the Creator of the universe. You have divine nature. You are a child of the supreme dominator. But wait, there's more, much more. And then God says something that will blow your mind. He gives a direct command to you, a command that changes everything. But before revealing this revolutionary command, you need to understand something. God didn't create you to be equal to animals. He created you to be superior, to have authority, to govern. Cat dominates mouse. Lion dominates gazelle. But you were created to dominate everything. And here comes the verse that will change your life forever. But first, day 7, Genesis 2:1-3. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and he rested and blessed it. God didn't rest because he was tired. He rested because he had complete dominion. Final lesson of dominion. True dominators know when to stop. They rest with authority. Now you're ready to discover the verse that proves you were born to dominate. The time has come for the maximum revelation. Genesis 1:28. God speaking directly to you. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." Did you hear that? God commanded you to dominate. He didn't ask, he commanded, he didn't suggest, he ordered, he didn't give options, he gave orders. Dominate over everything, fish of the sea, birds of the air, every animal, all the earth. This isn't a suggestion. It's a divine military command. It's your spiritual DNA. It's your original nature. You were commanded to dominate your finances, your career, your relationships, your health, your fears, your problems, your complete destiny. Now you understand why you live like a slave, because you forgot who you are. You forgot you were created to dominate. You're not a victim, you're a dominator. You're not a slave, you're a king. You're not a failure, you're a conqueror. Genesis 1:28 isn't history of the past. It's the manual for your future. It's your spiritual birth certificate. God spent 6 entire days preparing the perfect world for you to dominate. And on the 7th day he rested because he knew he had created the perfect dominator. So get up, assume your position, reclaim your authority. Stop living like a slave when God commanded you to be a king. Genesis 1:28 is your royal decree. Your time of dominion starts now. If Genesis 1:28 awakened the dominator that exists within you, subscribe now, because next week we'll discover how Adam lost dominion and how you can recover it. The 12 secrets of Abraham to dominate nations, how David used this principle to defeat giants. Hit the bell and join the army of dominators who are reclaiming their divine authority. And tell me in the comments, after discovering Genesis 1:28, which area of your life will you start to dominate today? Remember, God didn't give you options. He commanded you to dominate. Until the next Battle Dominator!